Streamlined level design. Streamlined level design is the idea that I came up with using time management and productivity in order to start and finish your maps and level designs, and being able to work less and produce more high quality maps and environments. And this whole idea of time management and using this for level design and creating environments and modeling took me a few years to figure out. I was never good at time management and producing. I was very good at starting things, but I was never very good at finishing. So over the last few years, I really had to take care of this part of my life. So these 3 simple tips you can start using right now. After this video is done, you can start using them right away and actually see results. So let's begin. Tip number 1 is focus. Now, focus is extremely important. If you are able to focus on a specific task, if you just focus on working on your map, on your level design, and if you dedicate 1 full hour without getting interrupted or getting distracted, you'll be able to get more work done than if you work for 4 hours and you multitask. So get yourself a timer. You can set this for 1 hour, and in that 1 hour you work specifically on a specific aspect of your level design. It could be working on modeling, it could be working on gameplay, it could be on texturing. But the idea behind this is you take that 1 full hour and you work without getting distracted or interrupted. That means turn off your web browser. That means turn off your aim, and just if music helps you, just turn down the music. Just work for 1 full hour until the timer ticks down, and then once that 1 hour is up, then you take a break, and then you can repeat that whole cycle again. But what you'll find out, and will come to conclusion, that in that 1 hour you will get more done than you have ever gotten done before. And if you do that for 2, 3, 4 times throughout the day, then within weeks you can have a brand new spanking map done and out, and begin working on another one. And tip number 2 is you should set a deadline. Setting a deadline is very important in your projects, and you should pick a realistic date that you think you can get finished. So picking a realistic date that you think you can get done, that's first step. Second step is picking a date. What it will do, it will force you to deliver, and it'll make you work on aspects of your map and your environment that are extremely important. And if you combine that with a way to let others know when your map will be done, like such as going on forums or writing on your blog or posting your work in progress and saying that by this date this map will be released and done, then it'll force you to actually finish and work on completing that, because you actually let other people know that you're going to produce by that date. So there's accountability in this whole process. And the last thing is, it's more important to finish what you start than work on making your map and your environment perfect. It's better to have your map released, get feedback, and get better than trying to get the map as best as you can, making it perfect, but never releasing it, because you can never get to that perfection state. So make sure whatever you start, finish by setting a deadline and work in 1 full hour of non-interrupted and non-multitask. Tip number 3 is my favorite, is a concept I came up with called part-time level design. The idea behind part-time level design is working on your level designs when you have a full-time job and you have to take care of family, you have other obligations that kind of take up most of your day, and you want to do is you want to learn how to map, or you want to learn a new 3D package, and you want to create a map, but you just don't seem to find the time. Well, the part-time level design, the idea behind it is if you wake up 1 hour earlier than usual time, and you spend that 1 whole hour on learning or mapping, then when you go to bed, instead of going your regular time, go 1 hour later. You spend that 1 hour again learning and mapping. And if you use a timer and you set that timer for 1 hour and you just focus, that will give you 2 full hours per day. Now if you combine that over a period of time, 1 week will give you 14 full hours, and 1 month will give you 56 hours. So in 56 hours, that's a whole work week if you work in and then some. 14 hours or 56 hours in 1 month. Those hours are pure 1 hour focused work. There's no multitasking. There's no anything else. It's just pure 14 hours worth of work in 1 week. And in 1 month, you can get a whole map done. And if you do this for 12 months straight, you can have 12 maps out per year. So to recap, number 1, focus. Get yourself a timer, set it for 1 hour, and work through that 1 hour completely without interruptions or without any disruptions. And do not multitask. Number 2 is set a deadline. Whatever you're working on, you should set a deadline and try to get that map or that environment or that project completed by that date. And number 3 is use the part-time level design. Work in 1 hour before everybody else gets up, and 1 hour before your usual time of waking up, and go to bed 1 hour late, and then work on that specific 1 hour blocked out time. So I wrote a book called StreamLined Level Design, and in this book you'll find the 3 tips that I shared with you, and you're going to be able to get a lot more done in less time. So what you'll get in this is a 51-page tips, advice, and strategies on how to be more productive working on your environments, on your levels. In addition to that, you'll get 2 additional 5-page guides. One is a part-time level design worksheet that I often use when I'm strapped for time and when I'm working full-time job, along with a 30-day level design breakdown. And number 2 is you get 5 pages of notes that I scanned from my previous projects, and also you'll get a workflow process of my environment project. worldofleveldesign.com, and if you just hover over to and click on store, you're gonna see StreamLined Level Design. Just click on it, it'll take you to the page, add to cart, to purchase, and read more about it, more detail what you will learn and what you'll get out of it. So I want to thank you for watching, and happy mapping!